Hello, sixth graders. It's Mrs. Eaker here in Mission Control to help you navigate the My Project Lead the Way website. If you go to the My Project Lead the Way website, you will need to create a student account and log in with your username and password. I would always remember that since you're on your Surface Goes. That will take you to the dashboard. In the dashboard, you're going to click on Courses in the upper left. That will take you to our course library, where you're going to see a couple of orange airplanes, one in English, one in Spanish. Click on the English Flight and Space course. When you click on the English Flight and Space course, it's going to take you to the landing page. The landing page will have the content area to the right and the table of contents to the left. If I scroll over to the right on the content area, there's 3 boxes at the top. Those are just resources. We're not going to worry about those. We're going to go straight to Lesson 1 Flight and click on the arrow to the right. That will take us to our first activity in Lesson 1, which is 1.1, the Instant Design Challenge. Many of you have already done that. Now, there are some goals that it takes you through, some materials, some resources, and then it starts to take you through some text to teach you some information you may or may not know. As you're learning, you can highlight any of these words in here by clicking on them and going over to the right and clicking on highlight. It will store those highlights in an engineering notebook over here in this black area. And it will also allow you to type any notes if you were to click on that same word and click on add a note. Now that engineering notebook is just a digital notebook for yourself, for your learning. It does not go to me. So just keep that in mind. Any of these orange bold words or vocab words, if you click on them, it will show you the definition. If you click on them again, it will hide it. And if for whatever reason you forget what that word meant later on and it's not a bold word anymore, you can also use the glossary in this black area over here, where there will be a glossary of all of those words in alphabetical order. You can always search for a word or anything within the Flight and Space curriculum if you have a hard time finding anything. The table of contents is to the left right here if you needed to navigate the table of contents over to the left. So for this first activity, there's a design brief, and that's when they have you do some fun hands-on activities. As you are working, you can check these boxes as you accomplish tasks. And as you work through any lesson, you're going to see from time to time these light blue PLTW Gateway Notebook notes where there may be a chart. You cannot click on here and type in any data. So I will be sharing Google Slides with you, but you can also jot down notes and keep track of information on a paper engineering notebook if you choose. Again, keep in mind, this is not shared with me, so the Google Slides will be very helpful for us to see what you have learned and what you are accomplishing. Sometimes there's going to be some videos for you to learn from. At the end of every activity, there's going to be a couple of conclusion questions you'll want to answer. I'm going to click on Activity 1.2, Forces of Flight over here in our table of content area. In that lesson, they teach you about Newton's 3 laws of motion. Now, there will be often videos as you're learning or interactive activities that they have you do, and you'll type your observations below. Again, this does not go to me, so keep in mind you'll always want to fill in those Google Slides. At the end of Newton's 3 laws of motion, they have a check for understanding. Whenever you see a check for understanding, and it's one of these blue boxes here, you always want to do these. You'll click on Get Started, and you'll answer their questions to check your learning as you go. Now, I'm doing this randomly, but you'll want to make sure that you reflect on what you've learned and answer with what you think is the correct answer. Now, notice that after you answer each answer, you're clicking on the right arrow to move on to the next question. At the end of all 4 questions, you'll have to click Submit, which is up at the upper right here. Once you submit, they're going to tell you if you're right or you're wrong. So always do these checks for understanding and enjoy learning as you work through the Flight and Space website. Thank you.